4 games. So every game is huge. I expect both teams to come out with a little extra effort. It just means more than your average regular season contest.
And tonight marks the start of the NBA Cup for MP. I know a major goal for him is winning this competition, making a statement to the rest of the NBA.
Well, when you look at the Cup, you almost have to win this first game to advance out of the group stage. So MP has made it a point to get his teammates ready, imploring them to treat this like a playoff game. I'm excited to see how they come out.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Holland is out there with Durham. Then it's MP. Then it's Asar Thompson. And it's Cunningham in at the 1 spot. And for the latest news on MP, let's hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, no surprise, MP is on a mission to bring home the NBA Cup, telling me I want to be a part of a winning legacy. That's my main goal in any competition I'm in. Victories come first. All the individual stuff comes later. Guys?
Hey, thanks for that. No, we sure wouldn't. This guy is all in for sure. Thompson against Porter. Now, here's MP. Just 4 to shoot. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Clock at 2. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, the Nets trading this summer for Michael Porter Jr. And after playing a complimentary role in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, he now becomes a focal point. He said he's not really a big city guy with all the traffic. But listen, he can expect plenty of crowding every time he touches the ball.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. Hey, Shams, thank you very much.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Cunningham dishes it to MP. Duran sets the screen for MP. They get it back. Duran the pass to MP. And he gets it to go from the high post.
And this is why you got to be all up in MP's airspace, even as the pass is coming his way.
Here's Demon, covered by MP. It's deflected. It's stolen by Duran. Cunningham on the wing. Back to MP. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Nick Claxton.
What heart by MP, going through contact there and converting.
Detroit making a switch. Harris is checked in. Back to Porter. Pass to Clowney. No good from outside.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
In the corner, it's MP. Now Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And here's Cunningham. Still without a basket. And the basket by MP.
Yeah, that's a key 3 for MP. If he hits these at a high rate, he'll have a spot in this league for a long time.
You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself. And that is the difference.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Mann's checked in for Brooklyn. Swaff comes in for Troy. Pistons leading by 8. On the floor for Detroit, they've got Robinson. Harris is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's MP, and it's Jenkins in at the point.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Mann passes to Wolf. Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. And they double up MP. And Jenkins kicks to Harris. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Pass to Wolf. To the middle. Looking for Sharp, and he gets it there. Use that pick to get in close.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Pistons.
They look to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Detroit leading by 6. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
Shot clock at 3. Robinson for 3. The rebound by Sharp. For Brooklyn, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Porter with it. He's picked up by Jenkins. And that one's good by Porter.
That mid-range distance, not a problem for Porter Jr. Such a smooth release.
Only one man back on D. Launches the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Porter's got 7. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And they're also focusing on their break, looking for any chance they can to push the pace and get out in transition.
The Nets making a switch here. Bonnie's checked in, and a different look here for the Pistons. Duran, he's checked in for Stewart. Holland comes in for Tobias Harris. Thompson, he's checked in for Duncan Robinson. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins. Demon, that's good. 8 points for him.
Boy, have they got hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Pistons second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Back to you, Kevin.
Establishing the mindset. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And this is game 1 of the group play stage of the NBA Cup. Teams are divided into 6 groups of 5.
And while those groups are randomly selected in the drawing, there is an attempt to kind of keep them balanced with teams slotted from different tiers based on their previous season record.
No problem knocking that one down. Torrey's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
Cunningham dishes it to MP. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. On the wing, Porter. And again, it's Brooklyn with the 3.
This offense just continues to impress.
So it's the Pistons now, trailing by 5. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Well, that's a great point, and you can also add poor communication. The rotations were slow and sometimes not even there at all.
He's just a natural scorer who can heat up fast. Porter's offensive game very impressive, and he's still adding to it.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Cunningham, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Traore. His last outing, he saw him pour in 22. Pass to Clowney. There's the triple, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Michael Porter making things happen for the Nets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference.
When I look at Brooklyn, they didn't get the email I sent. Season has started, fellas. They look surprised they're getting whoopings. High hopes does not win games. They got to wake up.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Brooklyn Nets. The pace. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. MP really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Demon's out there with Traore. And it's Claxton in at the pivot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Back to Cunningham. MP outside. Off target from outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Ron Holland. The Nets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Greg, the Pistons had some decisions to make this summer, with some of their veterans hitting free agency.
And with Cade Cunningham making All-NBA and earning that raise, a tighter squeeze financially, not easy to keep a high-performing team together.
Over to the left wing. The Pistons working the ball around now. The three is pure from MP.
And he is just piling up the numbers here. MP seems to improve every time we see him. Such an impressive talent.
Outside, Porter. Three-pointer. Holland with the rebound. Pistons trail by 6. Here's MP, and he makes good on the layup. MP's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
And just playing well within the offense. Porter's not forcing his own shot and shows solid court vision and passing ability.
Here's Demon. 10 points for him. Pass to Torre. Here's Demon. Inside, clock at 4, and Claxton throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Holland. Offensive rebound. Duran back to MP. Thompson up top. Cunningham outside. Here's MP. Brooklyn with the rebound. 1:56 left in the third. And that one is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
So for the Pistons, Stewart checked in for Jalen Duran. Harris comes in for Holland. Robinson is subbed in for Thompson. MP outside. Cunningham up top. And here's MP for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Brooklyn leading by 10. Out to the wing. Pass to Wolf. The 3. And it's Demon missing. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. MP finds Harris. Back to MP. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Here's Torre, guarded by Robinson. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. So both teams making some... And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 11-point game. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Tobias Harris. He's out there with Isaiah Stewart. Robinson is out there with MP. And it's Jenkins in at the point. Harris's shot is off. Brooklyn's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Pistons trail by 11. Now Jenkins. MP outside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. MP's got 23 points.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
There's a good screen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
The Nets making a switch here. Downey's checked in. Cunningham, he's checked in for the Pistons. You know, Greg, you could argue the Nets kind of overachieved last season under first-year head coach Jordi Fernandez.
Yeah, only the 6th worst record last season. The defense was halfway decent, but they understand some patience is required in a rebuild.
Harris on the double team. Pass to Sharp. Outside, Porter. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
And they have also done a great job capitalizing on turnovers. Whenever they get a steal, they are off to the races. They're going to try to keep that going.
Misses the 3.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
MP. That does not go.
He's been way off the mark in this second half. Just unable to get any kind of rhythm going.
On the wing, man. Guarded by Harris. Sharp. A huge two-handed slam.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately, both teams will make substitutions. MP left side. Here's Durham. As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Boy, you've made a great list of guys right